everyone. I am back with another beauty school. And this week we are doing all about brows. So I'm really excited about this one. Brows were something that I never really felt like I needed to do. I never did them until root. So within the last 6 years is when I first started doing my brows. So if you've never done brows, don't worry. I will teach you, but now that I have done my brows, I can tell you that it makes such a difference. I'm gonna get started with, we have got 2 different brow products, and I wanted to show you guys how they come to you. So they come in these little clamshells. I know a lot of people keep them in these clamshells, but otherwise you can store them in your little Pretty Forever compact, or you can pop them right into your Pretty Forever palette. I will show you how to do that. Or some people they store this in this, or if they have another magnetic compact, you can pop them in any magnetic compact. So pretty soon these will actually be a paper envelope as well. We're working towards getting rid of basically all plastic, but you can send these clamshells back to us and they can be sanitized and reused. So that is one way to reuse these. Or I have seen you can reuse the little clamshells if you put like a little sample in there and then seal it back shut. So a couple different options. So this is the powder. We have the sticker on the back of the clamshell. If you ever want to save that sticker and just put it on the back of your pan, I really like to do that. But with brows, you typically wear the same shade, so it's not as important to know the color, but it's super easy to just peel off and then put right back on your pan. So that's the powder, and then I've got the pomade here as well. These are super simple to pop open and get out. I say that and then I struggle to get it open. All right, so this is the pomade, and I'm gonna do the same thing where I steal the label off the back. If you are going to store it in your little Pretty Forever compact, I have an eyeshadow in there now. This is so easy. This eliminates having to buy any compact ever again. So a lot of times you buy a single eyeshadow or brow product, and every single time you buy it, it comes in a compact. Seems so wasteful, so that's why we did all of our pan products in a pan, and then you just purchase the compact one time and then use it forever. These are super nice too. They've got a nice little mirror, so on the go, or if you're traveling and you just want to take like one item with, that works really well. But literally you just take and you just pop your little pans out, and then I put this in my Pretty Forever palette, and then you would just pop in your pan in there. And then for these in the Pretty Forever palette, super easy. Again, they're all magnetic, so it's really, really great to be able to customize your palette, especially for travel. If you want to just take certain products and then have a bigger stash of all of your makeup in maybe a different palette or an old Z palette. So I am using the ash brown for me in both the pomade and the powder today. You want to pick the color that matches as best as possible to your brow color. So for me, my hair is blonde, however my brows are a little bit darker, and typically people go for slightly darker on your brows, and typically your brows are just a slight bit darker. I have the number 8 brush here. I got a fresh one just for this video for you guys. this one I will show you why I love this brush the best. So this has that nice angle on it, and it's also super thin. So you can really get precise with this and get exactly where you want it, but also build it up. So the number 8 brush is by far the best brush for your brows. This one also is great for eyeliner too. So definitely snag this brush with any of your brow products. The powder, that is going to be a similar texture to our pressed eyeshadows. However, it is not the same formula as our pressed eyeshadows. And the biggest difference is our brow powder is going to be more long wearing and smudge proof. So for example, with eyeshadows, you want to really be able to blend those out. These are not going to work as well as an eyeshadow. I know a lot of times people will use them as eyeshadow, and that is great. They're just not going to blend as easily. And then for the pomade, this is going to be more, it really helps to tame your brows. It's got more of a creamy texture like a pomade. And I find that the pomade really, if you want a little bit more of a subtle look, you can get a little bit less dramatic with the pomade. And then with the powder, you can really build up the color. So if you're looking for more like color and defining your brows by more color, then I would say grab the powder. If you want them to be just really nice and natural, the pomade is my favorite. It also helps to really like shape them. And if you have any hair like that you need to kind of tame down like me, I like the pomade to really kind of keep all of that hair in place too. Also, you can absolutely use them together. I think they work great together, and I'm going to show you how I use them together. Just at the end of the day, you want them, your brows, to look really natural. I know a lot of times people do different styles. You can, just like eye makeup, you can have a little bit more dramatic. Same with brows. You can do them really natural and neutral looking, or just with eyeshadows, you can do them more like glam and intense too. So it's all really up to you. I'm going to start and I'm going to just do one side for you guys. And I will go ahead and just do the pomade because I like to layer the powder over top of my pomade. And that is, I find just that the powder then like really sticks to the pomade a little bit better. And also the pomade has a slight bit of shine to it, which it doesn't look like shiny, but it's just going to give you a little bit more of that shine, and it looks really healthy and natural. I like to definitely use both products if you want to like hide like any grays or any, I have like these like white / blonde brows or hairs growing in there that I have never in my life seen before. So I like to use them both to really hide those, but don't know where they came from, you guys. When you are doing your brows, you really want to focus on the end first of your brow, and then you want less product here at the front, so almost like it fades to the back. And when you're doing them, you're just going to use simple strokes just like you'd mimic hair. So you'll go right, I start right there in the middle, and then do you notice just the little teeny tiny strokes I do? And I'm going right over my natural brows. Up a little higher there for the arch. And the pomade is just so great for keeping them tamed and keeping the shape of them. So if you have longer brows, me, I feel like I've got definitely bushier brows, so I love the pomade to hold the shape. And then literally just, and I'm going everywhere that I have brow. So even at the top here where it arches a little bit, I definitely have less hair there, but I still want to go over with the product. And then down here, and I don't have much product left on my brush here for the larger section. And then really going under my brow here to get the shape first. And then I like to turn my brush and start going up this way. So that those hairs are actually more upwards. And you'll see it really defines that brow. And it's so easy. Check out the difference. I mean, I already have a lot of brows, but it makes such a difference. I feel like, yes, I definitely feel more like me with brows now. So I will do this side with the powder to show you. I'll just take off the pomade there. Now I really love using the brow products, and they will actually be renamed brow and liner because they work great. The powder and the pomades work great as eyeliner. So if you are a pencil eyeliner like fanatic, you should definitely check out the deep brown brow pomade. That one glides on super creamy like a pencil. You just use the same brow. So if you already have dark brown brows, use that same product for eyeliner and your brows. So that is something I love to do. And also I love the jet powder and the deep brown brow powder for eyeliner as well. It works super well, and those are so long lasting, smudge proof. You will love those for eyeliner too. And I love that they're just like conveniently right in here. All right, so I'm gonna snag the powder now here. And you don't need a lot of product, literally just tapping in there a couple times. Again, we're starting on that the end here, and we're just feathering that in right over top the brows. And the reason we like to start at this end and not at the front of your brow is because it doesn't look as natural. So nobody's brows are like super defined right at that start. So it's going to look more natural if you start here, use more product more on the tail of your brow there, and then work with less product as you get towards the beginning. All right. I'm gonna get a little bit more and see how I start underneath always. I start at the bottom of my brow and then shape that up. All right, I hope you guys can see the difference here. If you can see the little bit of sheen you get, almost like a little gloss shine you get from the pomade. And then the powders are super duper matte. If you want intense color, you can definitely use them together. If you don't want the shine, do the powder over top of the pomade. But they both look very defined. The powder, I definitely can get more of that color and build it up, but they both look super natural. So I would pick the brow product whether you need to help taming your brows and keep them more in shape. Then I go for the pomade. For anyone who does not like any of that shine and wants them super matte, then do the powder. You can also use them together, and I'm going to show you next how I'm going to use them together. You can just lay them over top, and then you'll be able to see there's not a whole lot of difference. And in person, they both get super, super great color coverage too. I will say I've got some more of those whiter hairs that I was talking about, those lovely white hairs that came out of nowhere in my brows, and I want to get those covered up. So that's when I'm going to use both of the colors, when I really, really want to hide any different colored hairs. For me, let's just call them blonde. Let's not call them white hairs. I don't know what they are. They could just be blonde. So we're going to take the pomade next and go right back over top the brow that I did powder with. And we're going to just add a little bit more product as you can really build up the brow color. And I will say, I keep saying shine and like glossy for the pomade. It looks very, very natural. It looks like just healthy and natural, like real hair. It does not look like you have any sort of like gloss or shine on your brows. I like that I can really shape it too with the pomade and push those hairs up to get them in line with the others. So you can see already it's just getting a little bit more dramatic the more product you're applying. And I'm going to do the powder on top of this side for you guys so you can see the difference if you did the powder over top. If I had to just pick one for me, it'd definitely be the pomade, just to keep everything a little bit tamed. I also love that when you do your brows, it really takes away from any areas around your eyebrows that need some major plucking or waxing. In mine, I'm glad you can't totally see, and I did have to spend quite some time plucking them today before this, but it really takes the attention away from any little hairs that you have when you do your brows. All right, there they are. Very dramatic now. So this is way more than I typically do, but it shows that you can really achieve as much of a brow as you'd like. I think I mentioned this, but just always trying to focus the majority of your product towards the middle and end, and getting less when you go towards the front of your brow, and also the more product below your brow in the bottom, really to add that shape, and the less product on top. So imagine it going ombre this way and ombre up. So you can have it a little bit more defined on the bottom, but then as you go up, it's just gonna look a little bit more natural. So the first place you put your brush, always just at the bottom and middle to end, and then work up and in towards the beginning. So there are my finished brows for you guys. I hope this is super helpful. Brows, again, are so easy. They should definitely not be intimidating. I know they can be. Like I said at the beginning, I had not done my brows ever until I started Root. So, and even then, we didn't have brow products because I was like, I don't need brow products. So once you do them, you will absolutely love doing your brows. If anything, I would just challenge you guys to snag a sample of our brow products. Those samples will last you probably a month, if not longer. They last forever. So if you're still intimidated, just snag a sample and give it a try. Come back to this video if you want some more help with brows. So thank you guys so much for watching.